architectural music playing right now.
How's my setup? It looks great. Not much has changed.
No, it's been a minute, hasn't it?
Mm.
But we've had a lot of people reach out to us about doing podcasts, and we've wanted to do them. To be fair, haven't we?
Just haven't been finding time. It's not even that we haven't had time, I don't think. Just haven't actually said, okay, let's do it. Let's
We
record.
fell out of the routine, didn't we? I guess.
Yeah, and
Hey, can you hear me all right? I haven't got my mic plugged in, but you can hear me all right though. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I could hear you all right anyway. So
A super boring story. There you
this,
go.
this is
Have you missed us? Have you missed watching us and listening to us? But yeah, we just wanted to do a catch up, didn't we? We kind of want to get back into the routine of doing them. They motivate us, don't they, doing the podcast?
Yeah, we started at the beginning of the year, didn't we? I came round to your house a couple of times and we put about 3 episodes out. And then, to be honest, just doing it on Zoom is easier and quicker.
Yeah, and I think we, if we were honest to ourselves, we were trying to push, not even push the podcast. Obviously, we want to push the podcast with. Well, I don't know, I don't really care who listens to them or not, but it does quite well, I guess, in our little world. But I think we were trying to do too much with the time that we had. We're trying to do a podcast, trying to record a video, we're trying to meet up and take photos, and then on top of all that, we're trying to work on front, build the platform, get it all going. And yeah, life just got a bit busy for both of us, I guess, didn't it?
And both working a lot in doing a lot of photography and video and stuff. It was like I could sit down and do some work in the evening. And I'd sit down and think about editing a podcast and I'd be like, I've got to do all this other work that people are, paying me to do. But then in reality, it's like I can do it. We can find half an hour to record something. I can find a bit of time to edit it. We're not going to do loads of edits though. I'm not gonna.
No.
It's going to be like record it, do it. We try and do it once a week again, and
Yeah.
actually put them out. So
You've heard this. If you listen to this, that's Luke making a promise to me, so he's got to keep it now.
well, when I decide to do something, I generally do it. But right, just having a quick look. Okay, it is over a year since we recorded an episode that we haven't put out. One
Yeah,
episode.
so who's that? I know who it is, but I want you to say
Yeah.
it.
I understand how the convention works. Who is it? You ask, Jamie. Of course, you know who it is. You were on the call.
Yeah.
Gas Tykes. Somebody we waited around. We waited for ages to ask to do it. Recorded. Well, this might be why I haven't edited yet. Recorded a 2-hour podcast with, and then we spent a lot of time talking about smart lights or something, and
I
then yeah,
remember what we talk about. I know he's done so much since we had a chat with him. Should probably
I'm
just get
just
him on.
gonna top and tail it and put it out. And
Yeah.
if there's a lot of shit in there, then I'm not listening to it. But I expect other people to.
I will, Gaz. I've missed talking to you, but come back on again soon. We'll start having guests. If you want to come and talk to us on the podcast, drop a comment, send us a message, whatever. We'll have you on. We'll talk. We'll talk shop with you.
But we both watched a YouTube video last night from Focal Matter, and
Yeah.
he called us out. So
I've got a whole subject to talk about him. So we'll come back to talking about him.
but that is, I'm just saying that's why I text you and I was like, fucking hell, yeah, we do need to do a podcast and we do need to sort the website. So I spent some time writing up a load of notes and bug fixes on the website last night, and even sent you a message saying, hey, look, I'm working on the website. It does need some more work doing. There's a few bits that I hadn't spotted before.
Yeah, well, this is one of the subjects I've got to talk about. What is the current state of front? But so it's something that we've been working on for a couple of years now. And if you've been following us since the early days, then thank you so much. But it's a digital platform where you can create a profile, upload your photos or your artwork, and you can sell that in print form. And we'll deal with all the packaging, the posting, and all the fun stuff. So you can just make some money from it, and be a part of the community, the growing community, which even though we've been away from kind of social media for the last few months, when I logged back in, the amount of messages we had, of support and, just general talking, yeah, mind blowing, to be honest. So yeah, back on social media, back on Instagram, which tends to be where we kind of do our updates and share work and stuff. But yeah, the actual
out.
Yeah, you got kicked out, didn't you? Yeah, what happened there then?
Broke my phone. For some reason, I looked it up on the Apple website what to do, and it was like reset your phone. So I did that. Lost about a year's worth of photos that hadn't backed up to the cloud. Got logged out of everything, which was quite refreshing because I was like just downloading apps as I meant to use them rather than having a load of shit on my phone. But Instagram wouldn't let me log back in. So I kind of gave up until last night when you messaged me and said, "Oh, I just posted something to the front account." And I was like, "Oh, I'll see if I can look at it, see if I can get into my Instagram account." For some reason, this time it let me. So I'm like, cool. I didn't know what to do because I do like using it. I like posting photos. I like seeing other people's photos, but I hate how much time it takes up. But I didn't want to start a new account because I was like, I've spent a long time building it up and I've got like, I don't know, it's just a load of work on there that I like. Got some people like Sean Tucker follows me, and I'm like, if I start a new account, he's probably not going to follow my new account, is he? You never know. He's nice. If I message him, he might, but you might not see it because it's from a new. You see, it's just stuff like that. And in
The
my
whole
head,
algorithm, it's been really, to be fair, it's one of the reasons we kind of took a break from social media. I know it's predominantly me that kind of runs the Instagram, but you do get involved or you help me with things. Usually my spell check master.
remember you said you weren't going to talk over the top of me.
Oh, did I just do that then?
It's all right. I can't remember where I was going with it. But
Yeah, you
anyway,
drifted off into space. Sean Tucker will follow you again. Sean Tucker was on our podcast.
yeah, no, it's fine. But
he's our
anyway,
BFF,
it was like it was nice to be away from it, but I'm glad I've got it sorted. I just need to not sit and look at it, doom scrolling and all that shit. But have instead of looking at Instagram a lot, I have started learning how to speak Spanish using that Duolingo app.
Oh, I
Um,
thought you was all in on Reddit now.
I have not got Reddit on my phone.
Are you not?
No, it's boring. Well, I mean, I still look at it on my computer every now and again, but it's not. I don't know, whatever. And too many wankers on there, like everything else. But no, learning to speak Spanish once a day. Bueno. Is that how you?
Basically, why are you doing that then? What's inspired you to do that? Can't bother to work on the front website, so you go, yeah, I'll learn a language.
Yeah, 5 minutes a day.
Yeah,
Just ask you
good
some
routine.
questions. ¿Dónde está la manzanas or el manzanas? Where is the apple?
Where's the apple? Okay,
Mm.
I don't know any Spanish.
Well, there you go. I've learned.
I always say though, because obviously, like me and Vicky got our camper van, haven't we? And we've been fortunate enough to take it abroad and stuff. And like we've been to like Spain and Portugal, and
Mm,
I always think like it'd be amazing. Like I'd always say I'd want to learn Spanish or Italian, but
mm.
I think I've got the capacity to
Oh,
be able to.
it's terrible. I'm really, even when I was at school, you're supposed to be able to do things easily when you're younger.
Mm.
I couldn't do anything like that.
Funny story about languages. We're going off subjects, but I'll tell the
That'd be
story.
funny.
I was in the. It's not going to be funny. I was in the top class for French. So in that, like my secondary school was like year 7, 8, 9, and then you were all on the kind of same level, and then year 10 and 11 you went into, like stupid, normal, or
Mm,
intelligent.
mm,
And I was in the top class for French for like 4 years.
mm,
And then, but year 11 or year 10 or whatever year it was the first year we had to do like a verbal exam rather than a written exam. And the teacher just realised I'd been sitting next to my mate who has a house in France, like parents own a house in France, speaks pretty good French. And I'd
mm.
just been in for 4 years, and I did my first verbal exam. And I couldn't, I think I counted to 3, and that was about it.
Yeah.
Bonjour, je
Same.
m'appelle Jamie, j'adore les bonbons, I think I said. And that was like, that's generally the only French I can speak.
That is a funny story.
Yeah, hilarious, isn't it? But yeah, so let's go. What have we been up to? What have we been up to in let's say the last 3 months, because that's since we've stopped being active on social media, or we took a 3 month hiatus from social media and front and everything. So what have you been up to in the last 3 months? Why have we not been doing anything for front?
But buying cameras. Uh,
Yeah, got a little collection going now.
Mostly work related, but other things as well.
It might be worth mentioning that. So in the last in the last year, I've gone freelance with work. I'm now doing like freelance photography, videography, and so is Luke. Luke, you've been doing it for a long time, but you're kind of transitioning more into doing more photography, more videography than you kind of ever did before, right?
Well, yeah, I do a bit of everything, like graphic design and web building and stuff like that. But yeah, I just want to do more photography and video. So
Mm.
been doing more of that basically. Long
Yeah,
story short.
yeah, and it's been the same for me. So for me, it's the first time I've ever kind of been freelance. So I've had to spend quite a lot of time, trying to get work, trying to pay the bills, so to speak.
Mm.
So yeah, and anything that we're doing in our kind of like free time has just had to
Mm.
sit on the back burner a little bit, which is why we haven't had time to do podcasts, why we haven't had time to kind of work on front. And we've actually been working together a little bit, haven't we? I'd say
Mm.
a couple of times a month we tend to have a job together,
Yeah, yeah,
usually through you, but sometimes through me.
yeah, yeah. Um,
Been
yeah.
fun, but it's just trying to find that kind of work-life balance again. And again, but we're passionate about front. We do want to get it launched. And I think because it's taken us so much longer than we originally thought, it's kind of demotivating at times. But then when we speak to you guys, and we see the work you're producing, it's a huge motivation. So we just kind of want to get the ball rolling again, don't we? What cameras you bought in the last 3 days? Now, joking, over the last few months.
I'll cut this bit
You're going to
out.
pull out all digital cameras now, and the only people listening to this are 35 mm shooters.
I haven't bought any new 35mm cameras
Mm,
recently, but and I've shot a lot less film because it feels a bit more like of a special occasion is
mm,
required to go and shoot some film. But and when we get out and do a bit of street stuff, it's sort of I don't know. It's not been. It's easy to waste a lot of film when shooting on the street, so I've
yeah.
not been doing as much of that. Bought drone, which is always fun.
Mm,
And been using that for work. So bought a Leica M10, which I found when I say a good deal, it was still really expensive. Um, but I sold a load of stuff that you pointed out I wasn't using. Um, and that pretty much paid for it. And then I also bought an XT5
nice.
just the other day, and a 10 to 24. Where does it say it on there? A 10 to 24 lens, which you showed me the joy of shooting with an ultra wide angle
Mm,
lens when we were doing a job. And I was like, well, I'm going to buy a new camera because I need a second camera as a backup. So you've got to get a new lens if you're getting a new camera, I guess.
I feel like that you taught me about lenses a lot more, because I was always about like get this camera, get this camera. I think because I wasn't working within the industry, I was going for compact cameras or point and shoots or whatever it was. But
Mm.
now working, I feel like, I mean, there's always a camera body that I want. Do you know what I mean? I want the XT5 now, conveniently.
Yeah, I
But
mean it's
I've just
totally
been
not
into,
necessary. So
yeah, well,
massive sensor. Well, no APS-C, but like 40 megapixels or whatever. Actually, a little job with this yesterday, and it was quite nice using this lens because at 24, it's basically like a 35 mil equivalent, so fairly normal field of view. And there was a lot of people there, so you can go down to like 10 or 14. I was kind of sat at getting some really wide angled shots, and there's not too much distortion. There is a bit at the edges. If you get somebody on the edge of the frame, they go a bit like curvy. It's a bit weird.
mm,
It was a really nice little camera to do a job with.
yeah.
And I have
I think
done some jobs with this as well, which is
over.
really enjoyable to use. Yeah. Yeah, I've done like 3 or 4 jobs probably where I've used this. And it's a lot slower, and it's not really what I bought it for. I bought it for using on the street. And plan to sell my X Pro to
Is that
pay
the
for
next
it.
chapter?
But
Oh,
I
you
can't.
sold it?
No, I was going to
Oh, right, yeah.
help pay for this. I
Yeah.
sold a load of other stuff, but I can't bring myself to get rid of it. It's beautiful and it's so nice, and I've taken so many photos with it that I love. And it's such a nice camera, but I haven't used it since I bought this. Actually, no, I have, tell a lie. I've used it for work. I've used it for video, which is
Yeah.
completely inappropriate. Hang on. I'm sure this is breaking a lot of rules, and I'd probably get slammed on Reddit videography groups for this. So an X Pro 2 with a cinema lens, um, it's like really front heavy, and but you get, I mean, you used it with me on a job, didn't you? And you get some really lovely footage out of it.
Using that
Um,
lens is really hard, but so rewarding. Do you know what I mean? Like
yeah,
I said
when
to
you
you, didn't
nail
I?
it,
Yeah, like you're effectively focus pulling, right? So like when
yeah,
I was on that job with you and I was using that, I remember messaging you after saying, "I'm so sorry if I've misfocused," because it's hard to tell, right? But
yeah, you did a lot as well, but
look, it came out all right, didn't it, for the most part?
yeah, some of it. And do you know what as well? I used this on a photography job
Yeah.
just to get a few extra photos. I used this camera and this lens to take some photos with. And again, when you nail that focus really wide open, um, you get these crazy images from it, which are very like dreamy, like really soft focus, but like real pin sharp where it is in focus.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, it's a weird little setup, but there you go. So anyway, gear chat. Don't really know. That's not
Well,
really very
I haven't
interesting.
got any new gear. Well, actually, I have. I've invested a lot in equipment that I need for work. Backdrops,
Mm.
lights, that kind of thing. Drone as well.
Yeah, get your lights out. That would be fun.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm using it now. It's lighting me up.
how how fun is a drone?
Yeah. Well, should we tell the viewers what happened when we both got a drone within a couple of weeks of each other? So both got a drone, invested, a considerable amount of money into getting a decent one, and yeah, I used it on a job which I'd never flown it indoors before. I had, but not in the environment that I was in for the client that I was working with. And yeah, flew it straight into one of those fancy hanging lights. Yeah, and broke one of the legs on the drone itself.
Mm.
Sent it off to the drone doctors in Brighton. Big shout out to them. They fixed it quick. They gave me a really good deal on it, to be fair. And all the money that I'd saved shopping around trying to get the best deal was spent repairing it.
Yeah,
But if you
hilarious.
ain't breaking it, you ain't using it, are you? And then yeah, what happened? So I broke it on, I don't know, fucking hell, a Wednesday, and then we had a job together on 2 days later, wasn't it? I think.
Yeah, I was trying to do a shot. I was going from we were filming at a business in town, weren't we? And I was like, oh, I'll get a bit of drone footage. Film. I went forward, and I thought, oh, I'll just do another one just for safety. Pull back and just smashed it into the building on the other side of the street.
I think it's something like that. The only thing that and I know I just haven't got around to doing it yet, but when I've been using the drone, this sounds stupid, but when I play like my Xbox, you have a left analog stick and a right analog stick, the same as the drone. But on an Xbox, the left analog stick is forward, the right analog stick is to effectively kind of look around. But
Mm.
on the drone, it's the other way around. The left analog stick is up and
Yeah.
down, your right analog stick is backwards and forward, and I always use it the wrong way. So instead of going up, I'll just all automatically like beeline forward, and they move quick, right? Like they
Mm.
really do. Anyway, no one wants to know about drones on here, do
Yeah. Well, and
they?
also I was going to say, yeah. So instead of just changing the controls on your controller, you thought you just smash it into the ceiling instead.
Yeah, press up rather than forward. But
Yep. So there we go. Anyway, what else? What else? What else has been
what's
going
the
on?
current state of front? What's going on with front? People want to know.
It's built and it works. and there's like I just keep running into snags, like sometimes the shipping costs don't come up. Um, we had some issues with selling different sizes of prints, that it wasn't like selecting stuff properly. So I think when we launch it, we might just be like, you can only sell one size. Just it'd be better to get it launched and have it like that than um wait another 3 years to launch it whilst we fix that. I've got a whole spreadsheet of issues, some of which I can do, some of which I might have to pay somebody else to do. As we did a few months ago, we paid someone to fix some stuff that we couldn't do. Um, and once that's done, they're just weird little things that keep, like, I keep spotting, oh, that doesn't work correctly, that doesn't look right. Stuff on the homepage, it brings up like photos of the week is one of the things that we'll have, like we'll select our favorite images and they'll be up there for a week on the homepage. When you click that, it takes you through to an image of that, but for some reason, the bit where you're like, view this artist's full profile or this photographer's full profile, that button's gone. So it's like, shit, why is that now missing? It's just stuff that, yeah, little things like that, where if we launched it and that wasn't there, it would be like, okay, that's actually shit. If we launch it and you can only sell one size of photo, which I think we'll pick like you can sell 8x10s or something like that. Or maybe we'll put out a little vote to be like, what's the most popular size of photo that you'd want to sell? So like one size, one minimum price, that sort of stuff that's going to make it easier. Strange cat in my garden. That's going to make it easier for us to launch it and the product to actually work and people to be able to start using it. And then once we start raking it in, we can like pay some developers to probably rebuild the entire thing. But that's like further down the road.
We've got plans, so like, and I think that's important to kind of say, like we we have got plans for the platform and how we want it to grow and develop, and I'm sure things will change, but we just want to get the platform launched in a working state, even if it's not fully complete, and then we can start getting feedback from you guys as well. But
If
yeah,
you
if you don't know, Luke's pretty much the one that's building the website. I'm useless in that kind of area, which is why I tend to do like the Instagram and stuff like that. But then we'll help out each other as much as we can, won't we? But
if you could go back 2.5 years to when we first started promoting the fact that we were doing it, would you say, hey, let's wait until we are a bit further down the line with it, or would you not change a thing?
I wouldn't change a thing. Like, it would be nice to have the platform launch, but I'm so glad we kind of created that kind of Instagram profile, because the community that we built on there is really good. You know what I mean? We've got like, I don't know, I couldn't even tell you how many followers we've got. It's not about that. It's more about the active followers that we have that we like, which
Yeah.
is quite a nice little segue to something that I've been doing this week, and I'm definitely going to continue doing. What I really struggled with was finding time to keep up with Instagram, because I was trying to, reply to every message that got sent to us. I was trying to put out posts, and then I was overthinking what I was posting, because I was like, I need to be fair and share as much work as possible. But it's not about that. It's about bringing people together. It's something that I was always saying, but maybe it was preachy at the time. But I'm now setting aside 15 minutes a day to look through photos on Front. So people that have used the hashtag, which is annoying because I can't see everyone that's used the hashtag still, because fucking Instagram can only let you filter by most popular or most recent popular. And I don't want popular, I just want to see all. So I have to do it on desktop and then just look through the photos that way, which is fine because I want to see photos from everyone. And then I'll also randomly go onto our followers list, not following, followers. And I'll randomly scroll, tap, scroll, tap, and I'll make sure I'm looking at as many profiles, as many photos as I can within a 15-minute window. Now, I didn't think that would be enough time. 15 minutes is a hell of a long time to set aside each day to purely look at people's photos. But the reason I wanted to bring it up is I've now set time aside. So every day I'm doing this, 15-minute little session, if you like, and I'm saving the photos I like. And then every few days, or when I've got a chunk of time, that's when I'm going to do this get it printed post, or what was Sunday Love. I'll move on to that in a minute. But doing this little task, has saved me a huge amount of time on like being off social media, but being productive when I'm on it. But also it's so inspiring. Like I didn't expect to be as inspired as I was. It makes me want to pick up my camera, regardless if it's for work or just kind of casual, like my own kind of photography. The photos that I see have been such a huge inspiration, like subliminally, do you know what I mean? Or sometimes I'll save them and have them on my phone, like, print screen them, and I'm like, yeah, I've got a job coming up and I can use it for this kind of thing. And so, yeah, thank you to everyone that's been using the hashtag. But yeah, it's definitely a task I'd recommend, because I have to use my personal Instagram. I try and log into that. Well, I log into it too much, but I have to jump on that Instagram and LinkedIn and stuff like that, because it's now kind of like a work outlet, right? Like I'm going to get messages and stuff like that. So I need to dip in and out of my personal account. But the front one, it was overwhelming. So now just setting that time aside, yeah, huge benefits doing that. And hopefully it'll mean that I'm more consistent with what I'm sharing on front. Do you know what I mean? I would say now 50% of what is put in front of me on my feed, I'm either not interested in, or it's someone that I don't follow. So I always filter now, like, chronological order. Still 50, maybe even 70% of what I'm seeing, I don't want to see. It's
No,
not
it's a
something.
load of shit, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's the thing, like, because I follow a load of random like meme accounts, you get shown other stuff like that. So I'm hoping by only following photographers,
yeah,
I'm gonna be showing like other photographers.
yeah.
There's an account called Suffering Meat that's a meme, sort of like, it's not really meme account, it's just random gross photos. Um, so I still want to follow that. But other than that, I don't know. It's like whatever. But I don't know, it's so shit in it. We only got 5 minutes left, so
Oh yeah, so the front platform, the front website is being worked on, and do you know what? Big shout out to John Cragen. He's just registered to the mailing list as we're doing this podcast. And shout out to everyone who has registered in the last week since we've been back on social media. Yeah, we've had a fair few people register to the mailing list, which is good. But yeah, the website is coming. We are working on it again. We just got to do, like we've always said, the last few tweaks, but they're the hardest bits. But yeah, it is coming.
yeah.
Stay tuned.
What's your favorite photo you've taken since we've not done a podcast?
Oh, I actually posted it the other day. I took a photo in Brighton next to the upside down house, and there was a
Yeah.
guy lying on the bench in
Yeah.
front of it. His wife kind of just sitting patiently while the husband just kind of has a moment looking up into the sky. Yeah, just stood there and took it as I saw it, and they didn't say anything. And yeah, I like the result. It's rare that I like the results of my photos at the moment. I feel like if it's a photo of my, I don't know, mates or my dog, I don't give a shit. They're happy memories. But if I'm trying to take like a photograph in a certain way, yeah, 9 out of 10, I'm not liking at the moment. But what about you?
Thanks for asking.
I was answering and then asking. I'm improving.
Well, when I was in Spain, I on holiday, I sort of wandered around the hotel every now and again to and tried to be inspired by Martin Rotz to take some sort of abstract photos. And whilst doing that, I took a photo of some people playing football from the top of the hotel, and you posted it on
Yeah,
Instagram.
that photo and the photo I'm talking about is in one of our latest
Yeah, so
Insta.
I'm going to post that to Instagram later because Sophia Carey said it's like the best photo she's ever seen or something, and that's probably my favorite out of all them.
I was well happy when she commented that, because I didn't say who posted each photo. I just
Yeah,
posted some of mine, some of yours,
yeah,
and yeah, obviously your ones are always the favourites.
yeah. Um, but it's like I did actually take loads of photos I really like, and I was going to do a little set of like photos, but fucking, I've got photos going back a year that I've not done anything with. So I just like taking pictures. I don't like editing them or posting them that much. I like clicking the shutter. So
Yeah.
that's it. So anyway, bye. See you
or
next
listening.
week. We'll try and do it a week every week. I'm going to try and post this later today.
Oh wow, no pressure then.
Yeah,
I mean, I've still got a lot we need to talk about, but whatever.
save it.
Save it.
What did you have to talk about? What else?
I wanted to talk about this book. It's sneak peek.
Oh shit, yeah. All
I
right,
want to.
next week. Yeah, I was just thinking we need to mention him and frame lines because I'm like Patreon
Yeah.
of frame lines. Wanted to talk about that. So
I
it
also
keeps
want
me
to talk
interested.
about Focal Matters YouTube channel as well. We're listing off
Yeah.
things we can talk about. And then I
All right.
also want to give a shout out to all the ambassadors. I want to talk about get it printed. I want to talk about lots of things. So stay tuned.
Yeah. Okay. Bye.
Bye.